Voice 90.3 FM. Many of you know the platform that I'm talking about. They are always against Igbo people. Funny enough, people that are the anchor there are basically Igbo people. The lady called Esther. Some of you know that. PM used to share their program and all that. Not sharing it in a positive way, but trying to let Biafran know what they are talking about against Biafran in the name of defending what is undefendable. Before we go through that, I would like you to understand that we are not here to cause any problem or create any sin against anybody or trying to blackmail anybody. What we do here, like I normally say, we're here to debunk lies and to make sure that you understand the truth of what is going on. Some people may have the ulterior motive, who have this kind of notion in their mind to tear other people down for them to elevate, for them to climb up. But here, we are calling it out the way it's supposed to be. So without wasting much of your time, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Just do me a favor and give it the video a thumbs up. Like the video, all right? So you can also comment and let us know your take on everything you're going to talk about. Now, hear this.
It now has to do with why exactly will the presidency not deem it fit to return? A couple of other leaders would have considered it a thing of importance to come back to the country as soon as possible, and that it is quite unfortunate that the president does not see this as a means through which he could show that sense of solidarity and commitment to the welfare of Nigerians.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't think we need all this all this that she's saying here. Okay, I don't think it is necessary. So let me just do for the part. All right, where the whole thing started, where she started. They started talking about what we actually want to hear. Just a moment.
Every day.
Just a moment. But you need to get it right. I don't want to play something that is off from what we are here for. Let me locate it, that part where the whole thing started, because we want to focus on where they talk about the insecurity in the Southeast and what they said. Some of them, that's one man that actually made me to, his comment is the reason why we are writing on this video, because that guy sounds like his statement sounds like what EJ would normally say. People who believe that Ojukwu got, he's made a mistake. Everybody made a mistake. Only them are the,
He said he went to US to go and read.
Only them know everything that is good. But let me start from this place. Let's see this one. Just a moment. Now,
from the facts.
The man himself, this man that I'm gonna flip the camera, is also an Igbo man. Take a look at them. This person, this is the Esther that I told you about, this lady. Okay, because I'm recording it direct so that it will be more easier for me to, without wasting much time. Now, this is the one that is, those one that I prefer to call self-hate. People who are Igbo, but they hate themselves so much just because they want everybody, their viewers. This is another Igbo man that is very, very sensible and reasonable enough. Very, very sensible. On this broadcast too, because not that, sometimes when you praise them or say nothing to them, they will turn around and begin to act as if they want to prove to you that you are wrong for saying that that the person is right. Now, let us go straight to their video. Just go hear this.
Now we are telling our young men we are not Nigerians. We have a separate country.
Who is telling our young men that?
IPOB is doing that. Let's know their friends. That's their message. So because the masses follow and do not think, our young men are imbibing it and staying away from Nigeria. But the thing is about quota. Every state has its own quota. So if you're not meeting up your quota, you are losing out. But the system is a very controversial issue. In most cases, heterogeneous societies, heterogeneous countries, you have quota system. You have it in the US for one reason or the other. My father told me, my father fought in the Second World War, that because Northerners tend to be taller than Southerners on the average, the height bar was reduced for Southerners. That's quota system. If you use one height bar, then the army will be filled by Northerners. So in the South, you said in the North 5'7" to join the army. In the South, it might be 5'4" because we tend to be shorter. That was quota system that benefited the South. The present quota system of unity school might be benefiting the North and be tilted against the South. But it goes both ways at different points. So we better join the army, get represented in the army. I know many Igbo army officers that retired as generals. Some of my friends, I went to school with them. We went to the university, they went to NDA.
But personality is of a different opinion. There's opining that whenever you send them to them, they're sent to the war front to be slaughtered. And that there's always the opportunity to grow through the ladder.
I said, many of my friends retired as generals. They got in the army with school certificate.
Now, few days ago, it was reported that Nigerian army or army generals, I don't know the post or the person, they went to Enugu, trying to woo Igbo people to join Nigerian army, telling them that they need to, complete their own quota system and all that. And this man here, you can hear his own side of the story. Even though Esther tried to, try to make him to understand some of the reasons why people are running away from joining Nigerian army. I know why I did not use my platform to preach to anybody to join or not to join. Why? Because some of our people are not taking advice when they're supposed to. They always want to see the event, like they want to witness the rot. Then they will not turn around and begin to listen to you. So I know no matter what you say, people will still join, no matter what you say. But the truth is that some of our people that have brothers and sisters who ended up in the north without seeing the body of their loved ones have actually, circulated the message to their neighbor, run away, because once you join, the rumor is that they will send you to north, where Boko Haram will send the person to early judgment. Then from there, there's no compensation, no loyalty, nothing whatsoever. You can't receive anything. Even if the wife of the man will not even receive anything, the children will be an orphan. They will, if some of them that lost their mother, of course, they will come orphan and everything. But the woman, or because the wife will become a widow. But that woman will be struggling to train the children of that man, without any help from the federal government or from the state government, nothing whatsoever. Meaning that if you're a woman and you allow your husband to join, what you have brought to yourself is early widow. Okay. Then if you allow your husband to go, or maybe if your husband decides to go, at the end of the day, you will train your children alone without your husband. So your children will grow up without their father. And the federal government or the Nigerian state will never ever bother about it. We have seen some videos where people are shouting, blaming. Even the recent one, I think 2 days ago, there's a video where the Nigerian army they were crying, blaming army for betraying them, that they sabotaged them and all that. A lot of story. It's not just mess story. Many of you that are watching, if you don't pretend that you don't see that, I know that many of you say that. But this man ignored that part. Why? Because he wants to speak in favor of the people who are oppressing his people. This oppressing people, oppressing Igbo people, all these things, is not just, let's talk. It is reality. He bragged that his classmate has graduated and finished and retired as a major and the other. So if you have, let's say, you have 15 friends, 15 of your friends, which is impossible, they're all retired as general, and you have maybe, let's say, 700 from the time of 2015 until this day. Let's say you lost people from Igbo tribe, maybe let's say 700, and you are now judging it by 15 of your friend or 10 of 10 that are ended up as a major. Just to hear this man, and it's not that he's saying it out of ignorance. He's educated and sound, though, but for the fact that he want to be seen as one of the people who made it possible for Nigerian unity to stand strong. It doesn't matter if their people are paying the price. Guess who this man consider as his own people? It's not the Igbo people. His own biological children. Is the man trying to tell me that he don't have a son? You have. Where is your son? You can never see the man's son here. Never. But let's hear him.
Is it the same thing now? Is it the same process?
Well, prove that it's not the same. The people they are telling to join the NDA are not foot soldiers. Foot soldiers don't go to NDA. Nigerian Defense Academy train army officers. They start as second lieutenant, and get to generals. So many generals in charge today got in at the age of 18 to 22. So if you miss out on joining in 20 years later, 10 years later, it will become evident that drawback. And we blame it on marginalization. But it's not marginalization. It's that we don't read the Nigerian reality right. We are caught in our self-pity. We are caught in this victimhood.
This man is shaking his head in disagreement with this thing. This one is happening here. Okay? just hear it, because they are all Igbos. He said that they will call it marginalization. Ask this man, where is the quota system of Nigerian presidency? Oh, that one is just divided. Where is the quota system? Since independent, where is that your quota system about? You only remember that you have quota system when it has to do with army. And you know the reason why people are somehow scared of that.
Mentality. Everybody hates us.
You still stand on that. You don't.
That's what I know.
You don't think that what caused that thing was the civil war?
After the civil war, we did well because we get to shame the self-pity mentality. So we are going back to what we had. How can you be a vice president in some countries of the world after 9 years of the war that you were defeated? But we partake and excelled. So why are we not excelling now? No. It's our mindset.
So you think it's the mindset that is the representation in the polity itself is literally being eroded?
If you don't do politics well.
All right, Vice Darlington, let me hear your opinion.
Before the war, before the 1966 coup, the Igbos were all over the place in Nigeria. It's on record. We are holding the commanding height of this economy, the military, everywhere. It was academics. It's on record. This position became a subject of envy and jealousy. It's not as if we got it through nepotism. No. I said merited. And you go and check the history of Nigeria, the economy of Nigeria. It was when the Igbos were the commanding height of the economy. It's on record. That was when Nigeria had their golden years. Yes. When we were at the commanding height, that will tell you that we know how to manage what? Resources. Since after that time, out of jealousy, out of wickedness, they said, why should Igbo be at the commanding height? And then
I just hope that they will allow this man to live, because believe you me, I don't think that some of his interview in radio stations, in TV stations, I don't think it will go down well with so many people, those political class. I doubt. I know what I'm saying, because how many of you remember about the man Lafia, something like that? That from Plateau, he died mysteriously after telling, pouring out his feelings based on what is going on. I don't think. Anyway, I'm not wishing him anything, but he should also watch his back, because anyway, let me just leave that.
I call it Igbo. And that was where the election started.
Orchestrated it.
They said what?
Orchestrated
it. Why should the IDP me write the book and say 1966 was not an Igbo coup. Why should he say that? Is that the only thing that happened at the
Did he talk about orchestrated?
No, you know better than him. He was in the army. Please, they're going to say this. Now, when this thing happened, they started 3 days of auditing 260 Igbo officers. High ranking of they were eliminated. Some were killed in their toilet, some were killed in their bedroom, some were killed in their office, on the road. Everywhere they see them, shoot aside. That was how they started eliminating them. All of them. The so-called Northerners were killed. How many Northerners were killed in the coup? And Esther, Sab0ta'ge was killed by his own son. Uzogu was the one. He was the other head. Uzogu was Sab0ta'ge's son. He adopted him. Why are they calling him the Igbo man? He grew up in that
Because
house.
of the name.
No, it's not the man. Hold on. He grew up in that house. Everybody knows. Sab0ta'ge never had any child, not even a son. It was that way he adopted as his son. So, it's not
Historical fallacy.
no, hold on.
You think it's his
Hold on.
Sab0ta'ge had many wives. Sab0ta'ge had many children. Zogu didn't know the Sab0ta'ge of Sokoto.
You think Zogu did not know the
No, not on a personal level. No. Read the books by the main actors.
Oh my God. What did you say? That Uzogu was not adopted by Sab0ta'ge? Are you still
Zogu had Igbo parents that brought him to school. He went to St. John's, Kaduna. He trained in the army.
Okay.
This man, this particular man here, is one of the major reasons Igbo people are where we are today. Not him, I mean people like him. People like that reason like him, that act like him, people of this character. They are the reason why Igbo people are where we are today. Why? Why do I say so? How many of you remember the gged speak? The gged speak also says unprintable stuff against Ojukwu, against Master Ghana, and against anybody saying that Igbos are being marginalized. You can see he can do anything here to defend the North. I'm not against you defending the North if you want to defend the North, but this idea of turning blind man, you become a blind man when your issue that concern your own people are being mentioned, your eyes will stop functioning. But immediately when the whole thing reversed, then you become a detective. You become very intelligent and very smart. Your eyes, in fact, you have even physical and spiritual eyes to watch out to see everything, but you can't see it when it happened to you. Few days ago, listen. In Enugu State, people are running helter-skelter. In Imo State, the same thing. In Anambra, of course. This man can never condemn. Instead, he will blame the victim. Look at him. With the gray hair. Are you trying to tell me that this man is saying what he's saying in an act of ignorance? No. Just push him. You will find out the reason behind what he's saying. Let us hear him again, because everything he sees, everything he said here is against Igbo people.
The story was that Uzogu was not happy with the corruption in the system. They needed to cleanse it out.
Listen, Uzogu was fighting for Biafra. He was fighting for Biafra. Everything is on record. He cannot even.
He died. He was fighting for Biafra. The people that killed him held his corpse. Buried him.
The people that killed him held his corpse. Mr. Tochukwu, why do you think that all of the things he's saying is based on fallacies and they're untrue?
Okay, the thing is this. We digressed a lot.
Okay.
He said that when the Igbos led Nigeria, things worked out, okay? Yes, when we had responsible people like Ndi Igbo leading us.
I'm sure
He said Namoda Zik.
And Caliber leading us, because Zik.
So Zik is the responsible person. Eh? Wow. Okay. You can hear that, right? That Igbos performed very well when he had responsible people like Namoda Zik that actually put even Yorubas. I have watched some Yorubas in the past, not now, blaming Zik that Zik refused to accept regional government then. And no, this man couldn't come out and defend. They only this kind of Igbo people, they have voice when they see their own brother. That's only when you know that they're very good. When they see their brother, now let us talk, let us debate. Today we still have the same people that even below his profile doing the same thing in their own little way. In their own little way. That's why everything that's going on, they have access to that.
Of the Yorubas, but the land is small. So our population density is very high.
And then the space we have is very small.
Yes, with large tracts of infertile land.
Okay.
And the Igbos are restless people. We have this entrepreneurial, effervescent entrepreneurial spirit.
Okay.
So our earlier leaders understand that we need a bigger frontier to operate in. And because the masses follow, they told Igbo man is arrogant. He believes he's the best. You are the best.
First Nancy, do you agree with that? The Igbo man is arrogant.
You are the best. Go across Nigeria and wherever you get to leave your mark of excellence because you are the best. We went across the whole of Nigeria.
Without propaganda.
It was facts. No, it wasn't propaganda. And because Zik, what Zik did for the Igbo man was to glamorize knowledge, to take knowledge, enlightenment to the street. So every Igbo young man wanted to be like Zik, talk like him, be flamboyant like him. See, God was reading. Igbo land was the boondocks of Nigeria, the most backward spread. By the time you know it, Igbos have taken over with hard work everywhere.
Now, when you hear Igbo domination, Igbo want to take over. You see the reason why you don't need to fight that fight anymore, because this kind of people are the one fueling it, putting it in the minds of other tribes that Igbos want to dominate, want to take. That you have a very small land and you are very big. You have it, according to them, you have a very small land, but people who own those bigger land don't want to go, even when within people from your own circle want to go. Why is it that if people are like that, they are eager to take land and dominate? Okay. People who are also major tribe, they, according to your own assessment, they have bigger land and people don't have. Why is it that people allow those who want to take the land to be in the same country with them? That even with you that don't have that land, you want to go, they don't want to really let you go. You see the lies? They will always use this kind of people to make it look like you are asking for freedom when you are not ready. In fact, you don't have what it takes to be alone. They will tell you that your population is very small, your land is very small. Okay? But they will still tell you that you're all everywhere in the nation. So how can people who are very small be everywhere in the country? They want to grab land. But they say they have just dot in a circle. If you say dot by landmark, but you still have farmland. You say no, they will tell you no, that your farmland is very small. Yet they want you to give them ruga from that your small one. When you refuse, they want to send the people to live in your bushes. Yes, they are preaching to you that you have small land. The only thing that you need to understand that people like this are the main problem. Like I always remind you of the recent person, Ijele speak, always talking about Igbo pastor problem. Politicians, of course, they are okay, because as long as politicians are, doing what they're doing to favor the North, Ijele speak will appreciate you. For you to understand what I'm saying, that when Sab0ta'ge brag that he will chase Igbo people anywhere they are in Nigeria, the guy decided to go and have handshake with Sab0ta'ge to prepare Igbo his own tribe. That is the system, the mentality of these people, and it's a very bad spirit in some of Igbo people. Just hear him. Let's continue.
An Anambra man was appointed the bishop of Ahera. Okay. The people resisted. We better close all the churches than let an Anambra man come and lord it over us. People hate domination, especially by outsiders. Okay. Anywhere you go and succeed more than the indigenous people, they resent you. Not because you are Igbo, but because you are more successful. Period. So when the coup came, you must understand the coup. by the time the coup was not tribal, it was ideological. The young men were idealistic, they were sophomoric, they were starry-eyed, and they were motivated by this ill-digested dosage of socialism. That's why they were leaning towards our Awolowo, claim to be a socialist, okay? But whatever the motivation of the coup was, at the end of it all, as the dust settled, you had decimated their military and political leadership. You have killed Tafawa Balewa, the prime minister. You have killed Ahmadu Bello, the coup killed this one. And you had
the man is busy blaming the people for the coup, even though somebody who participated in the whole thing, which is Babangida, have made it clear that he's not Igbo. But this guy will still find a way to criticize, to tie that on Igbo people. Just like today, we know what is going on. Like when PM started trying to make sure that Mazam Kan's effort is not in vain, some group of people mobilized themselves and start calling him name. That he's the one causing all the dying of people in the eastern region. In fact, he's the one creating more hardship and hunger. That sit at home, people are now begging for food because of sit at home. Immediately they succeeded in making sure that they detain him. That sit at home is no longer a problem to them. None of them are kicking against it at home. None of them are now blaming anybody, anything clean going on in our land. No. It's not okay. Now that PM is not here, they are not talking about any other thing, insecurity. No, everything is okay. When, like I told us in a video that I published earlier, I made it clear that some people will like to use that personal problem as if it's their own problem. Let's hear this man.
I am convinced now that he said he went to US to go and read. He was not here when these things were happening. So I was in the USA of 1966. I said I am coming. Now, the man who was supposed to lead the squad was riding a bicycle on his way to the southeast when the coup have already taken off in the north and alerted the leaders of the east. Can you not be that? The man said that he was on a bicycle when he heard that
this man is trying his best to talk sense into his own brother, but the brother is always ready to dilute it because I don't have any evidence to say that they paid him or he has signed any contract. But some of us want to be we want to be angel, even to the point that you can do it in the presence of your enemy. People, I don't want to use the word enemy, like people who don't want to exist. That you may say enemy though, but why are we like that? Imagine the kind of Fulani. Imagine now the Igbo people are the one carrying their cow, going from places to places, from state to state, to in name of grazing, to acquire people, and evidence are there, the video evidence are there, and doing some talk. Now, yeah, also collect ego with the NS, made the video and be on TikTok. You have never seen a northern politician, not even a serving governor or even past governor, publicly criticizing that, like trying to provide solution and condemn it, leaking information on how to tackle it, but in the Igbo, in the eastern part, Igbo people are the one to give you an idea on how to destroy their brother, even though what their brothers are doing are not as bad, are not even bad to the one that people in North are doing, that the whole world gather together and make them nobody. But in the East, you don't see such thing. Why is it that our people don't even learn from how the Northerners are doing their own? They don't want, because an Igbo man want to see, we start this competition within ourselves, then we bring it out, and even when you are competing with an outsider, the only way an outsider will beat an Igbo man, hands down, is to make sure that you form, team up with another Igbo person. Then the rest will be history. Look at what, I'm not here to tell you that I support any election or anything, but you know what Wike did to Peter Obi? That is it. That minute, that's a typical Igbo. That's when that one said that he's not an Igbo, I feel like you are just, you're just a liar. You understand? Because everything, anyway, you know. Let's listen them again.
That the Igbos were holding the commanding height. Why? How can you now make coup against yourself if you are in control? Okay. Please, how can that be possible? How can you now do a coup against yourself if you are in control?
Exactly. This man, this question is best. Even his facial appearance, you know that he messed up here. Because here he bragged that he was trying to convince people that Igbos were in top when the coup happened, the 1966 coup. Now this man asked him, so if you claim that Igbos were in top, they are the one leading and everything, how can you now plot coup against yourself? Who does that?
Who was in charge of the armory? You know that man was killed because he released the key to the armory. The thing is that who caused the coup? The leadership caused the coup. The leadership with the leadership. Who caused the coup? You cannot quash coup and seize power. You don't see follow the coup. Seized power. Look at the oxymoron. Oh my God! Can you follow the coup and then seized power? Yeah, because stop that. Stop this cheap propaganda.
That's not the truth. That's not what it is. What happened?
I've been able to discover that there were several splinter groups in Nigeria, and that was why he promulgated Decree 34 to unite Nigeria. Unification decree. A man who wanted to control power, will you do that? Please answer me.
Unification decree. Soldiers are used to centralized command.
Are you serious? I said at that time, soldiers was in command. He should have done anything with the power he had. But he said, let us unite Nigeria.
Okay.
That was one of the reasons why they killed him.
Yeah, do you know why? Do you know why? Nigeria has a constitution, federal constitution. Ironsi was the first person who started tinkering with the constitution.
Because of the
because soldiers are used to centralized command.
Oh my God.
And Ironsi could not countenance the semi-autonomous centers of power that were the regions. He wanted to weaken them because he used to one man being in charge. So he started weakening the regions. Today we say Hausa Fulani centralized power is no. It's the military. Ironsi did it first. Government did it second.
We did it for the good of Nigeria, for God's sake.
The others did it for what reason?
Ask them what happened with that unification decree after Agu Hiroshi was killed. I don't know. Up to today, even in a civilian setting, it's still that unification decree that Nigeria is holding. Unification, everything is centralized in Abuja.
But as we realize centralization, we have to realize that it started with military.
In case if you don't know, this man is his own point of argument is that Igbo should join army. That he don't see it as something sensible. No matter how whatever happened, you must join army. Then if they buy you send more youth. If they buy those send more youth. You understand? So this is it.
You get into trouble. You let him give us time and turn happy.
Esther, what do you do if you are watching? If you are a leader and you watch the corpses of your kinsmen being brought back from the north without their head on, every day they are bringing train load of Igbos in the north who were being shipped down to Ojuku were receiving them at the Overel Omoaya. He was receiving them, and that was what angered everybody when Ojuku was dilly-dally. Remember, Babangida said that what caused the coup was Gowon could not protect the Igbos.
What caused the war? What caused the war?
I don't know what you are trying to
Can you imagine? Even when this our brother remind him that look, even Babangida put in his recent book that the reason why everything happened, the way it happened, is that Gowon couldn't protect the Igbos. Because they were fighting Igbos in the north. This Gowon we are seeing today. That some people like this man called him in the eastern part and handed over Igbo title to him. Let's pay attention.
Something pre-existing in the belly
Undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly, obviously, because of the way they went over, but it was what they will call the program. This program had happened. The program happened before the declaration of Biafra.
Yes.
Now, it was when that killing became excessive that Ojukwu had to act as a leader to save his people living in one region and bring them back. But you believe that there was no reason for Ojukwu to have called for Biafra. There was no reason for him.
No, let me tell you. They went to Aburi to resolve this matter. Aburi Accord. They agreed in Aburi. Everything was agreed upon. Ojukwu agreed, Gowon agreed. Immediately he came back to
Look at his
some
face.
civil servants, super permanent secretary, they told Gowon, no, why did we agree? This is agree. You know, that Igbo man, he has used his face to play you. Because Ojukwu entered the army with a university degree, the first in the whole of Africa. The first, hold on. He entered the army, so he was well above all of them. So when that agreement was reached, he came back. They came back to Lagos. Instead of going to say, whatever, he did not listen to those super permanent secretary who brainwashed him into saying no. Again, when the Agri-University was killed, Ojukwu said, look, until I know what happened to Agri-University, and until what's the second in command, the Brigadier Ogundigbe, now takes over because they have a hierarchy in the military. That we won't listen to the junior officer in the military. That was it. People said, I will never take order from the one who happened to be, I think, ADC or so.
It is in the documentary. I have listened to that, which is true.
So why should we?
But this one will deny it here.
What is anybody listen to him? Then what's it called? Ogundigbe now gave an order to his supporter when he took over from Agri-University. Then when they know what happened to him, the northern element they just snapped him. The man knew that he became himself because in the military you know what that means. When your guy gives you order, you just snap him. In fact, they are passed vote of no confidence. The man quietly left and they posted him to London as a military attaché. That was what caused the war. That was what caused the war. So why is it that the North is not following order? Okay, order of hierarchy.
They believe that it did not allow the true publication of what led to the Civil War, and the fact that the Civil War was also being partnered and aligned with the British.
Yes.
And so there were some white journalists, British journalists, who came on ground to actually make the observations. Because the questions were asked by those British journalists as to why is the federal government of Nigeria doing this against people who are part of them, right? The last time we talked, you said that Ojukwu could have prevented what happened from happening.
In what way?
You also feel that Ojukwu was strong-headed and obviously
selfishly ambitious.
You said he was arrogant, and that's why he led his people to the slaughter, and then he escaped, he ran away. Did you think that he shouldn't have run away, he should have stayed to die with his people?
If he believed in what he was doing, he never ran away. If he believed, so see, for example, I want to address a few things.
Okay.
Hierarchy in the army, appointments in the army have not always been based on hierarchy. Ojukwu was not the highest ranking army officer in the Eastern region.
Okay.
There were 7 senior army officers to him in the Eastern region. And this included Philip Effiong, Colonel Bassi, Hilary Joko, I normally remember 5 of them, Imo, Brigadier Imo, as we later called him, and one other guy. So why did he want to choose a lower officer to make him governor? Because in the West, Adebayo was the highest ranking. He wants to make Fajri. Okay. So that Gowon is not my superior and therefore cannot be head of state was cheap propaganda. In the US, President Nixon had promoted Alexandra Haig, who was a junior major general, to a full general and made him deputy chief of army staffs. He had to overpass almost 200 generals to do that. So that was not an issue. It was an issue then. No, it was not an issue. It was an issue. A war in the military. So let me, as I said yesterday,
You said
Gowon implemented the Aburi Accord.
He didn't.
Google Decree 8. Decree 8.
If he did, there won't be any war.
Excuse me.
You think he implemented
I know he implemented.
He watered it down.
From what it says, when he returned from Ghana,
He said that
he did not
He sought advice from his advisors. And his advisors.
So my people, no matter what no matter the minutes or time you give this man, we keep on making all this nonsense or trances. So we are not gonna keep on with that. I just want you to understand that people like this exist, even in the Biafra movement, in anything at all. Self-haters, joy killers, somebody pointing finger at Ojukwu, blaming Ojukwu on everything and all that. As an Igbo man, that speaks volume. And I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for your time, and make sure you like the video. Tell me what you think about all we discussed so far. Who is this man to you? Are you in support of him or against him? I would like to read your comment. Please share this message and learn from that. Even if you don't want to understand anything, can you pay attention to what Northerners are doing, how they protect themselves, how they share, even when their brother make a mistake, they will do everything to rally around the person and give him a support. That's what brothers do. See you again. Bye-bye for now.